Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the messy, magical, authentic me. I literally just got done working out, untied my hair, because when I do cardio, it flies everywhere. So I did some crying, some sweating, some downloading, 14 seconds on the timer. So this is going to kind of correlate with the longer video I did yesterday. I'm going to split this up. We're going to do 2 videos today, talking about just fitness during awakening and ascension symptoms, and nutrition. I'll kind of separate that out a little bit. We're going to keep it short and sweet since I worked out this morning, okay? So yes, if you hear content creators, people in the realm of health and wellness shifting in this awakening process, maybe you've seen other content creators who have been in this space, as a Faye just flew through, a fuzzy of some kind. And again, what triggered this was yesterday's transmission. I listened to a transmission yesterday, and what came through was this: you have to do this, all right? You choose to do this. You choose to move your body, but you're choosing to move your body because it feels good to you. You choose your body because to choose to move your body because you love yourself, not because you hate yourself. And again, I know this coming from a very disordered background with eating and fitness and everything, and coming from being a personal trainer, health and wellness coach, nutritional coaching, holistic living, group fitness activities, programs, all of that. All right, so I'm not speaking from a place of no experience. I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of wisdom and knowledge in this area. So Source wanted me to get on here and share this. And again, it comes through as this now present self, because I'm completely different than I was yesterday. I had another massive activation this morning right before I woke up, integrating old parts of self back to self. All right, that's a video for another thing. So workouts, keep them short, keep them sweet. If you are already in the industry, if you're already going hard, pushing hard, chasing the next workout, chasing the next look, chasing the next fitness program, because you're trying to punish yourself, you're trying to achieve a certain physique, the physique will come, but not by force. And going through this ascension process, going through this awakening process, for sure, in the last 2 to 3 years, 5 years, especially in the industry, the harder I pushed, the shittier I felt. Okay, so you might be feeling that. So my recommendation, and this is my recommendation, I'm not telling you have to, use your discernment, take what resonates and leave what does not. I would recommend switching to programs that are a little easier on the body, incorporating more yoga flow, gentle yoga, yin yoga, qigong, tai chi, gentle walking in nature. And then if you feel like you have energy, you can add a little more intensity in there from time to time. But again, this is not like you're getting up and you're saying, I'm going to the gym and I'm getting this done, I'm crushing this workout. You're done with that type of mindset and mentality. That needs to go away, because what's going to happen is your body's going to basically rebel against you. You're going to end up injured or hurt or sick or all of the above. And again, it's not for punishment. It's just your body's trying to tell you that it's tired of you telling it what to do, and it's time to listen to the intuition and the innate intelligence of your physical avatar. It is consciousness, every single part of it, what it needs for movement on a day-to-day basis, hour-to-hour basis, week-to-week basis, month-to-month, right? And the physique will fall into place, right? Everything will fall into place. The more you force it, the more challenges you might start noticing. Again, breakdown, mental, physical, emotionally, all of it, okay? Why? Because I've been there, done that. I've been there and I've done that. So for me, I'm just gonna give you an example, some really simple tools, because a lot of my workouts are here at home now. Yes, I still pay for a gym membership. I canceled it in April last year, 4/14 on the timer, when I was going through my awakening, and then I re-signed up probably a month and a half, 2 months later. I went in for a couple months, and I got tired of freezing my ass up, because there's a huge issue in our facility where people just like to run the air conditioning 24/7, 365 days a week, and I like to sweat. So I do it at home, in the house. I can control my temperature. I can work out outside if I want to when it gets really nice. I have a collection of light weights, so I use light weights. I have bands and resistance. I have a rebounder. I highly recommend getting a mini rebounder. I have a 900-foot square apartment. I leave it out. I've had this stability ball since probably 2012. from Core Secrets. So if I don't feel like moving my physical body in an intense way, I stand and I gently bounce, or I sit and I bounce. If I don't even have the energy to walk, I just bounce and bounce. So you can just bounce and dance and move around, okay? I also write everything down. So this just tells you how much I've done so much less working out, like physically structured workouts in the past year and a half than I have in the past probably 15 to 20 years. I don't know, I lose track of time. All right, so let fitness be fun. Find joy wherever you are. So this book I started in January 4th of 2025, okay? My workouts are compound workouts, light weights, multifunctional movements, adding in cardio bursts, whether it's light, moderate, or more intense cardio. Again, multifunctional movements, which is I highly recommend because you're building your cardiovascular. During this ascension, during this ascension process, during this awakening process, you need to find what feels good to you. And I highly recommend doing multifunctional movements, compound movements. I'm not talking about heavy fucking squats and shit like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I actually recommend, and again, this is a recommendation. You choose, what you feels right to you. I highly recommend getting away from that, whether you're male or female, because it is not serving your physical avatar. No, that's part of the programming and conditioning to break you down. All right. So multifunctional movements. These workouts are basically, I use my timers. You can get free timers, but these are Gym Boss timers. I get these really inexpensive. I've been using these for, again, at least 10 or more years. Okay. And I set it up, and I set up, like today was a 3-2-1. So it was 2 compound strength moves repeated twice. Did a cardio, 30 seconds and 30 seconds, 2 different cardio moves, repeated that twice, and did a core move for 1 minute. All right. And so I've done Luca's, where it's upper body, lower body, core cardio. But there's always a compound strength, a core base, and a cardio rotation in there. And I alternate the styles. So sometimes I'll just do 8 different compound exercises, 7, 17, and I'll repeat that 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. These are very short workouts. So I usually do about a good 10-minute warm-up, and that 10-minute warm-up could be shaking and moving and mobility and bouncing and just different things to open up the physical body. And the actual physical workout is no more than 20 or 30 minutes. And then I usually take time to stretch and maybe do some mobility if I feel called to. Short, sweet, and sweaty. Short and sweet and sweaty. Okay? And you can adjust any of my workouts that I have, and I've given to clients anywhere from the ages 30 on up. All right? To a degree, I've worked with many clients. I used to work with seniors as well, so I know what the fuck I'm doing. But again, why did it never stick with me wanting to create content around fitness? Because that's not my purpose. All right, my purpose is more healing, frequency, energy. These are tools that I've gained in this knowledge that will be beneficial for those that I work with moving forward, if it's called to. But it's not the main focus. 818 on the timer. All right. So I recommend, like I'm telling you, Jillian Michaels, like 30-day shred, all of those old school videos are these very light compound strength, core, and cardio moves are always been my go-to. And because I know what I know, I can mash them up and mix them up and do different things because, I've been doing this a while. 844. Now, I want to tell you another secret. Talking to the guys, if the guys are reaching this particular message, or even the women, they're trying to train like a man. All right. My partner, who is 16 years older me, he'll be 66 this year. He's decided probably about 3 or 4, it was 26, 2022, 23, about 4 years ago, to start training with me and training in the style of my style of workouts. All right. And he would say he would be a great male example of how much benefit he got. He has an anterior pelvic tilt. He also has scoliosis in his lower spine, and it is a huge game changer for anyone that has hip issues, anterior pelvic tilt and or scoliosis, because it helps strengthen the core. Again, it's multifunctional, multi-movement. It's more of a functional workout. You want to train, you want to be strong, you want to do this, but you want to do it in a functional way. So I've always went back to the functional style training. And anytime I just went like, I'm just going to do a split workout, upper body, lower body, or chest, back, whatever. It just it was boring. It just didn't serve my soul. It didn't serve my physical body. So my recommendation, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, listen to it. There's plenty of free fucking content out there on YouTube by plenty of great people that do specifically fitness stuff. Go check it out. Write stuff down. Maybe just take a segment and do a 5 or 10 minute workout. You don't have to do long workouts. You do not have to crush your workouts to build strength, to big core strength, and to get a good cardiovascular system. I would incorporate it all in some way, shape, or form instead of just doing a strength day and do a cardio day and a core day, all that bullshit. Put it all together and do that 2 or 3 times a day, or 2 or 3 times a week. All right. And during my ascension process, I'm going to try and keep this sweet. Oh my God, we're at 10 minutes already, 10:44. Sometimes it's one workout a week, one structured workout a week, and a lot of walking, a lot of resting, a lot of just bouncing or movement. Sometimes it's 2 a week. A few weeks ago or last month, I think I got actually 3 in for the first time in like a long time. It's because my body has been going through so many detox and purge and activations, elevations, upgrades, downloads, integration, rinse and repeat. It takes a lot out of the physical avatar because we're integrating a lot of our aspects, our soul aspects, our powers basically, so to say, back into this physical body, and that takes a lot. We're receiving a lot of codes and frequencies. That takes a lot, and you can't push yourself even with something like this. It just seems like overwhelming and exhausting. And I mentioned that the other day. I was like, I thought it was going to work out, but it was just too overwhelming. And I just sat in the sun, I rested, I breathed, I took a gentle walk. And I don't beat myself up anymore. So that was part of my growth, part of my awakening, is letting go of those programmings and conditionings and healing those core wounds that I was being lazy, or I wasn't doing enough. You know what I mean. You know who you are, and I know who I'm speaking to, and I know who's receiving this. There's a resonance in there somewhere. So I'm here to tell you to slow the fuck down, to do less, not more, and you will maintain. And then once you remember, the more you do, you actually create more inflammation. And, you know, with everything you're receiving, there's this big influx. Your body's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then you're putting all this on top of it. So yes, you do need to physically move, but you also need to physically rest. You need to do some gentle movements, gentle bouncing. If you feel like it, don't force it. Don't force it. The biggest thing I've learned is don't try to figure it out. Feel into your physical body and don't force anything. And this has been going on for at least up to 2 years for me. So I basically flipped in my spiritual practices, especially 2025. Things are a little different this year, but 2025, I basically flipped fitness into my spiritual practices, where I dove deep into educating myself, gaining wisdom and knowledge, meditating literally up to 3 times a day, up to 3 hours a day. Not because I said I'm going to meditate to get these results. It's because my soul said you need to meditate because we got to tap the fuck in and we got to learn some stuff. You got to receive some stuff. We got to activate some stuff. We got to download some stuff. We got to clear some stuff. We got to recalibrate some stuff. All right, so I don't meditate that much anymore. Sometimes I'm just too tired and I don't meditate and I just breathe before bed. But meditation can be many things versus just a still seated practice. Walking in nature is meditation. Sitting in the sun, breathing, talking to nature, meditation. All right. So again, I hope that this reaches those that it's meant to. If you have any comments, please, please, please leave them. I will help where and when I can. Again, I have a little bit of knowledge around this fitness stuff. So yes, fitness, important. If people are telling you, receiving information, feel into it. Don't say you have to do this during your awakening, especially if you're going through it. Sometimes the true work is built in the rest. We know this. We know this in the industry. The industry, it's not during the actual physical tearing of the muscles. The rebuilding and the recalibration is actually physically in the rest state. Okay? 14. And that goes the same for the ascension and awakening process that you are going through, because everyone is fucking going through it. You either been going through it for a few years, or you're just starting to step into it, or you're somewhere in the middle. Why? Because I know shit. I've been through shit. I know. All right. I love you. I am you. You are me. And we are we. And from the bottom of my heart, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.